Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to overlay text on a live camera preview in Flutter Android application using Camera X and Media 3 effect. First thing which I want to make it very clear is you need to use Flutter 3.32 or higher, because if you use lower version of Flutter you will face build.gradle issue. So you have to create a project using Flutter 3.32 or higher. Second is I am not using any third-party library, so all the code which you see will be native code with Kotlin. So yeah, let's get started. So first I have created, before that I'll show you guys the output. I'm using Android device to show you guys the Android Studio, to show you guys the output, because I'm mirroring my Android device. So given that I'm mirroring, output might be little bit laggy, just bear with me. So I'll just give the camera permission, and here it will display the camera preview, and the take photo button which you see is also a native component. It is not a Flutter widget. And here you can see in the middle I am overlaying the text saying hello. Okay, so I can move my camera as well, but you will still see the text hello. So I'll just click on take photo, and the image here you can see it has been displayed. Now it is quite small, but you should be able to see the hello text over at the center. Now I'm using the Flutter's image widget to display the image, so yeah, don't get confused for that. So here I am inside main.dart. I have imported dart.io. Now this my camera view is a dart file which I have created. So yeah, and here this is my application name, Flut app, so you'll have to replace with your own application or project name. Then here we are importing material as well as services. Now this is boilerplate code which is present at the start. I have not changed anything. Here is our my homepage widget, which is a stateful widget, and here you can see we are only doing it for platform Android, so I'm ignoring other platforms. So for platform Android, by default camera permission is false. Then we have this method channel, and inside the init state we just call this particular method called get camera permission. So here we just do await camera permission dot invoke method get camera permission, and if the permission is true we just set this variable to set is permission granted to true. Okay, and inside the build we just create one scaffold is permission granted. Then we just display this my camera view, and here we have this safe area child text give camera permission over here as well. So here let's go to my camera view dart. So here you can see we are importing dart.io, Flutter material as well as Flutter services. Then here is our stateful widget. Here we have a method channel of camera view. Here is image URL which is empty at the start. This creation params is basically used for sending data from Flutter side to native Android side, but we are not sending any data as such. Now if it is other than Android, for them I'm just displaying a placeholder, but if it is Android and image URL is not equal to empty, then we display the image using image.file, else we display the Android view which will display the camera preview as well as the take photo button. Now same strings which I have used over here needs to be used on native Android side as well. And here is once platform view is created, we get this callback over here, and we keep listening for this handle method. So once we user captures an image, they send the image URL back with the help of this particular key, and then we just assign it to this variable, and we update our image URL to equal to text. Okay, next you will have to go to the Android folder. So you have to go Android folder, here go to app, go to build.gradle.kts. here you need to add dependencies block. So here you need to add camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then the Android X Media 3 effect which is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video, but if it does become stable, make sure you use the stable version. Then here we have this Android X Media 3 effect as well as Android X constraint layout. Then we need to go to main activity. Before that, go to Android manifest. Make sure you have this uses feature of Android hardware camera, uses feature of camera as well as write external storage permission. Then here we have this main activity over here. So this should be your own package name, don't change it to mine. So you can just copy all these imports which I have. Then here we just take the camera permission, and we also take write external storage permission for less than equal to Android P. Method channel result is used for sending data back to Flutter side. Once the permission is granted, this method gets called automatically, and if the permission is granted we send back true, else we send back false. This is just a helper method just to check permissions was granted. Here we override the configure Flutter engine method. So here we register our view, and here you can see we are initializing this my camera view factory Kotlin class, which I'll come back in a bit. and here we are registering our method channel for camera permission as well. So once you invoke this method, this gets called, and once the user gives the camera permission, this gets called automatically. Okay, so next we need to go to this my camera view factory.kt. now this is boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a native Android view inside your Flutter application. So don't worry too much about it. You can copy your package name from your main activity, rest you can just copy paste all this code. So yeah, here you can see, in case if you're not able to see this is the missing part. Okay, and here we are initializing another Kotlin file called my camera view. So here you have to create another Kotlin file called my camera view.kt. so let's go through this. Okay, so here first again I am using my own package name, so you should write your own package name. There are a lot of imports over here, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. Then here we are adding the @unstable annotation. Here we are first getting hold of our image capture, then the process camera provider. Here is our constraint layout, here is our preview view. Preview view is basically the camera preview view, camera live preview. Here is our button, and here is our method channel result which will help us to send data back. Here is our executor service, here is the file name format variable. Then here is our layout params, we set it to our constraint layout. Then we initialize our constraint set, clone it to our constraint layout. Then we constrained the viewfinder to the to all sides of the screen, but from the bottom we leave a margin of 200. Then for our button again we constrain it to all sides of the screen and we constrain it to the bottom. Then we add a click listener to our button as well, and then we just call setup camera. Then inside setup camera we just call start executor, we initialize our camera executor. Then here we have a take photo button for which we get the image capture. Then we do simple date format. Then we do content values passing the display name mime type, and if HDK version greater than P we also set the relative path. Then here we do image capture dot output file options. Then we override the on error as well as on image saved variable, and we invoke the send from native method where we pass the URI of the saved image. And here is one helpful method just to check just to get the URI of the saved image, which we are using it over here. Then here we override get view, return our constraint layout, override dispose where we shut down our camera executor. We have our start camera as well where we do aspect ratio strategy as well as resolution selector. Then we do process camera provider dot get instance. Then we do camera provider future dot get, and then here we initialize our preview dot builder. Here we initialize our image capture. Here we get hold of our default back camera. Then we use case group dot builder, add our preview as well as image capture use case. Here we create our media 3 effect. Then here you can see, here we create the effect and add it to our effects variable, and with the help of this particular method we create that effect, which I'll come back shortly. Then we add the media 3 effect to our use case group builder, we bind it to the life cycle as well. And then this is the overlay method. So first we create an immutable list, then we use the static overlay settings which can change the rotation degree as well, set the alpha scale as well. And this is the spannable string where I'm passing hello. Then here we set the foreground color for it as well. So I'm just setting black, and here you can change the text size as well. And then we just do text overlay dot create static text overlay, get hold of our text overlay, add to our overlays builder, we build it and just return it back. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.